Hey everyone, I'm Heather Vitale for Harness Racing Update, and we are up to the final part of the Black Book as Friday, November 12th, saw Session 5 head into the sales ring. During this last day of the 2012 Standardbred Horse Sales Company auction at the Pennsylvania Farm Show Complex, it was a mixed sale of racehorses being showcased for the buyers. And the theme of girl power seemed to continue, from huge prices being brought by the female trotting yearlings earlier in the week to the brood mares lighting up the board in a spectacular way yesterday to the fierce, fabulous fillies grabbing the spotlight in this final session. Hip number 1453, quickest Hanover, was purchased for $450,000 by Hanover Shoe Farms. The 3-year-old daughter of Father Patrick was consigned by Preferred Equine Marketing. With hip number 1443, Fortitude Fashion, another daughter of Father Patrick, brought an impressive price of $350,000. The 3-year-old, who was consigned by Preferred Equine, was acquired by Diamond Creek Farm. Speaking of Diamond Creek, the farm's vice president, Shaun, was a very active agent for Winning Key during the day, including signing for hip 1449, My Abigail, a bar-hopping filly consigned by Preferred Equine for a price of $370,000. Shaun, this sale has given people a lot to celebrate, right? You actually have a little more to celebrate during the sale, right?
And it's personal, but it's a huge holiday for my family because Kelly and I have made it 10 years as a married couple, and I just wanted to say happy anniversary, Kelly, and I love you.
Yeah, let's point out that when you are in harness racing, whether you're a driver, trainer, breeder, part of management, it's a huge deal to have family support because we're on the road constantly and we need that love.
It's hard on our families. It really is. They make sacrifices for us to be able to do this, and I'm just so grateful that she's supportive of it.
Love it so much. And now, speaking of great ladies, all right, 4-legged ladies this time, you guys have really gotten some incredible girl power during the sale, and actually for a lady who is putting together an incredible broodmare band.
Yeah, Diamond Creek made some nice buys too, but I'm really here to talk about Winning Key. Winning Key is kind of the farm of the hour. You're talking about a farm that hasn't taken yearlings to a sale or really bought from a sale in decades, who showed up here the last 2 days, and very seriously, Patty Key, Bob's widow, is simply investing in the top level stock. And her vision for the farm, the new Winning Key farm, is one that is going to sell day one yearlings in Harrisburg and Lexington. And to do that, you got to invest now and then put in the work. And Eric and Sam Crocker are her very trusted farm managers, and they're wonderful people. And I'm just honored to be a little part of what they're up to.
Now let's talk about some of her investments, okay? So she actually invested in a broodmare, but then today she's been investing in ladies that have been racing, right?
Yeah, we call them broodmare prospects, and today usually your higher prices are those fillies off the track that are highly sought after. And oftentimes, especially the trotting fillies, bring more than they brought as a yearling, even if they weren't much of a racehorse. So it's just interesting to see. But essentially we all get in here and we pick out the youngest, most beautiful ones, and those are the ones that bring the money.
So set this up for me. Now, she's the one investing. Okay, this is Patty Key, again, the widow of Bob Key. And then you guys are managing the broodmares.
Yeah, essentially they do all their own work at their farm with the horses, but they did need some help after Bob passed to kind of sort through the stock, figure out what was going to happen. And so some of the yearling dispersing, you have to understand, they have had up to 300 horses on the farm. They regularly have 100 yearling crops every year, which Bob normally would stake to the hilt and send to different trainers. So it's a huge transition, and even though they know what they're doing, they just needed a little bit more support. And I have a good relationship with them, but really we owed it to them because they've been such good stallion clients over the years, because they started breeding to better stallions, some of our stallions, a few years ago, and they were just incredible clients, and so just happy to be a part of it.
Always a learning deal for me when I come to these sales. I've been on one side with the training part, the aspect of it, but when I come to a sale, I'm always learning something new, and I hope that you guys are as well, right?
It's fascinating. For us as breeders, these 2 days of the mixed sale is our Super Bowl. We can try to buy stuff privately, but obviously we have to, refresh the cupboards. At the end of the day, we're producing a product which takes a lot of inputs to get it done. And so essentially these 2 days become extremely important, and they can be extremely stressful for somebody like me, but fun.
Well, thank you, and thank you to Patty Key for investing like $1 million in this sale, right? So great.
Thank you to everyone that raised and prepped all the horses they bought, and we just hope that everyone keeps an open mind as Winning Key makes these changes and tries to be at the top of the sport. And thank you, Heather, for everything you do.
Thank you. On this final day of the November auction, the French owner, Jean-Pierre Beaujean, bought another trotting lass. This one, a 3-year-old Muscle Hill named Impressive Hill with hip number 1391, consigned by Northwood Bloodstock Agency. Bobby, you had the full package for this sale, a little bit of everything, right?
Correct. Yes, it was a great sale. From hip number 1 right to the end, yearlings, broodmares, racehorses. It's as good a sale as I've been to.
Yeah, we have been talking about this all week because we can't really talk about it enough that we are back at Harrisburg, and it feels so good.
Yeah, it really does. This is one of my favorite places to be. You're in a building, nobody knows what goes on, rest of the world, and people just come here to buy horses. It's a great sale.
You have your hands in so many different things, but when it comes to breeding, what is your favorite part? Is it watching foals being born? Is it seeing them in the winner's circle?
Watching them race. That's the best part. That's the best part of the whole thing. Is we do all this to watch them race. That's the mission, racing. Yeah, and that's the most exciting part.
One of the things I don't think we've talked about is how you match the stallions up with the dams.
Just breed good mares to good stallions. It's not that complicated, really. That's all. Don't make it any more complicated than that.
I love it. That's the kind of answer that I understand, right? And before I let you go, we're both big baseball fans. Yes. So are you going through withdrawal yet? Because I cannot wait for spring training.
I look forward to the start of the baseball season. You know that. And it'll be here before too long. It'll be here. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll see what changes they make.
All right.
Okay.
I'm not a Yankees fan, but he's kind of making me a Yankees fan.
When it's not the Orioles, you can root for the Yankees. That's all. Simple.
Fair enough. All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Bob.
Okay, thank you.
The $2 million winner, Crystal Fashion, with hip number 1519, consigned by Preferred Equine, brought $180,000. The 6-year-old world champion trotter was bought by Edward Mendez. Also consigned by Preferred Equine Marketing was Sand Between My Toes with hip number 1523. The 4-year-old pacer was purchased by Greg Luther for $305,000. But later in the evening, a filly stepped back up to take the spotlight as a supplement when the 2-year-old filly trotter named Geyer Hanover with hip number 1803 brought $350,000, consigned by Preferred Equine and bought by Eric Good. The sale has come to an end. We're actually in the arena as they are breaking everything down. Let's touch on, this is such a big production.
Yes, it is, but it takes about 10 days to set it up, and within 2 days you'll hardly know we were here other than where the stalls are sitting. Yeah, these guys have been here anywhere from 12 to 18 days, so they're ready to go home.
It is so hard to say goodbye, right? But when you have a sale like this, it's okay that it's over because we are coming out on top this year.
Yes, it's the second highest averaging, it's the highest averaging sale, and the second highest gross ever. And we beat 2019 by a little over 2 million, and we had 210 more horses in 19.
People just came to buy, didn't they? Because we had everybody from all over the world and on the internet as well.
Right, correct. It's amazing. I mean, it just never stopped. It was never a dull moment, so to speak. I mean, it just kept right on going. And I still had people in the office here recently saying, we didn't get a horse. We got money to spend and we didn't get a horse. So it was, but it is. Yeah, it is. I complain about all the setup and being here so long, but I miss it all.
Yeah. Well, you got a whole year to think about how you're going to top this sale, because this was your first year's Prez, you know, and what a huge sale. So now you can really get, the wheels churning in your head to figure out how you're going to make next sale better.
Well, I don't know if we can make it much better, but we can get more horses. That would make it better. And then we could. But no, we wound up at 69,500, and averaged around 50 close to 54,000. It's just I don't know how to explain it. It's wonderful.
Yeah, just spectacular. Well, thank you. Thanks for being on our Harness Racing Update show all week. I appreciate it, and for all the hard work that you do for Standardbred Racing.
Thank you, and I thank you for doing it, and I really enjoyed it. I didn't want to do it at first, but no, it was really enjoyable, and thank everybody. Thank everybody that was here and the whole system, Thank you.
The 83rd annual auction of the Standardbred Horse Sales Company has concluded, and I hope you enjoyed our highlights from Harrisburg. Of course, for complete coverage, you can go to harnessracingupdate.com. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. I'm Heather Vitale for Harness Racing Update.